Heidi and Frank show. How do you go talk about dead animals to another topic?
Yeah.
Change it to sex, and everybody's fine with that.
Right, yep.
Heather McDonald, where is she? Get her in here. Friend of the show. She's been on before. You probably have seen her on Chelsea lately. Her appearance is there.
She is.
Probably read her books.
I have. I know I have.
Yes.
And she's here. She's got a new program. All about sex.
Yes.
Now, see, he thinks you can't do this show because you didn't lose your virginity until you're 27.
Listen,
I disagree.
my lack of experience does not make up for my lack of interest, okay?
There you go.
So we're talking about sex.
Right.
And it's like, I do love living vicariously through other people's sex lives. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to share about my own. I want to hear about all the freaky stuff.
Does your husband care if you share?
God, look at what I'm...
Well, I know, but he could still
No,
care. And be
I
like,
provide him, my sharing provides him with a golf membership, a small place in Mammoth,
Yeah.
a nice pool.
So this show, all about sex.
Yes.
You, Margaret Cho, and two others.
Marissa Winokur, who's a very funny comedic actress that you've seen do many things. She's really cute. And then we actually have a real sex therapist doctor.
Okay. So
Dr. Tiffany, yeah.
Right.
And
have we talked to Dr. Tiffany before? Sounds familiar to me. No, we haven't?
No.
Why would you look at me like that? Like, no, we haven't. Don't mention Dr. Tiffany.
Because I know who you're thinking of, but it's not Tiffany.
So is this a audience participation show? Do people call the show?
No, yes, we'll have call-ins and Skypes and Twitters. And we'll talk about topics in the week, like if there was an interesting relationship or sexual story that came up that piques our interest, that's a talking point. And we did. What's interesting is I think when we were all testing for it, mm-hmm. I think that they thought Margaret and I were both going for the same spot. We'll have one doctor, we'll have one comedian, and then we just both being funny people just really had so much fun, and we come from such different backgrounds sexually that's
you do because Margaret, and I know Margaret,
yeah,
and she identifies, and I still couldn't get a hold of it either, even talking to her. She identifies as a queer woman, right?
She's bisexual. And polyamorous.
That one, yeah.
And
what the hell's that?
Whatever. That's you're in a relationship with several different people.
Right. But
dating around?
No, you're maybe it's you, your husband, and one other girl. Or it's you're polyamorous.
You all live together.
Do you guys watch Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce?
No, I've seen the ads.
Okay, there was an episode about the fact that this girl is dating a couple from the school, and all three of them were dating. And then this is what killed me. In the show, she said, "Oh, he took me to a polyamorous party," and the girls were like, "Ew." And she goes, "That's not the worst part. The party was in Woodland Hills." And I was like, "What? Don't you diss my town? 818 till I die. Till I die."
It's Frank's neck of the woods.
That is. I'm Woodland Hills.
Who's excited about the new mall?
I know, huh?
Connecting it. Watch out, Grove. Warner Center is taken off.
You were in Mammoth too over the holiday.
Yes, I was in Mammoth, and it was fun. I listen. My boys have completely surpassed me in skiing. Now I'm the nerd that is slowing down the team. I forget it. I'm done. I'm just gonna bloody
Mary it. The conditions weren't that great. Yeah. It was kind of the snow was kind of heavy. It was it was nice because you didn't have to wear so much clothes.
We went tubing instead, and I like the drinking aspect of skiing.
That's what I've never skied or snowboarded.
But I like it when it's because I don't care about skiing, so I like it when it's sunny.
Yeah, nice.
I don't want snow on my head. I don't want a wind chill. I want to walk through the snow in a good pair of comfortable boots, not the ski boots where I feel like I'm the guy in Hurt Locker. Heel toe. You just want to look like sweating.
Yeah.
And now thank God my boys are old enough to kind of carry their own skis and stuff. But I look at these other moms, they're usually from Orange County, and God, they've got this routine down. And then they're the sporty girl. They're the girl that could always ski.
The ski bunny.
And I was always and now my kids are just well, you're a bad skier, Mom. You're, doing your trying, doing the French fry. Yeah, I'm still doing that.
I don't know.
And I'm just at this point, who gives a crap?
Do you put on makeup to go on the mountain?
Of course. I'm Heather McDonald.
I know, that is true. I will say about you, is that you're always, and you do your own makeup?
I do my own makeup. It changed. And once I started to get recognized, I was I will always wear makeup to the mall now, which should be the name of my next
Because you don't
book.
want somebody to go, that lady kind of looks like Heather McDonald, but not.
The tiny little bit of fame I have has caused me to A, look better, B, tip better, and C, not really be the bitch I want to be. Because, yeah, like I went to Bloomingdale's. I know this has happened to you at some point in your life. You buy a bunch of clothes. You're going to wear this dress for like a big night or an appearance. I start to put it on. They left that security tag on it. Now, this is the kind of thing that heads are going to roll.
Right.
I mean, I can't figure out a new outfit. But I'm like, I can't go in there and possibly get some girl fired and have every like gay sales associate be like, oh my God, what happened to Heather since Chelsea lately had to turn into a real bitch? Sorry, don't have anything else to wear. So I can like walk in there and be like, God, I think there might have been a mistake. My security tag is still on it. I was not unable to wear this outfit and kind of bummed about it. You know, like the old Heather would have been like, I need someone to come to my house with one of those guns and remove it.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then you wonder, how the hell did I get out of the store with it not beeping?
Those things never work.
Right.
And then when you don't have any tags, it goes off.
Yeah, and then they're
you're
reaching through your bag. You're like, I bought everything.
Whenever you're a bitch and you know people recognize you, just say you're Judge Million from People's
I
Court.
heard you say that. It's not flattering.
It is too. She's an attractive woman. Plus, she's like,
I don't know.
Maybe it's the power. I don't know. But
I feel like I'm like the younger, sexier
yes,
version.
I said she was like your hot mom.
Yeah, he did say that.
I didn't say if I said it the other way, maybe you'd be upset.
Yeah.
So the show premieres all about
Saturday.
sex.
Saturday on TLC. It's their first kind of talk show type of thing. So that's really
Are
exciting.
they worried?
Huh?
Are they worried?
About us being...
because of the topic and because it's going to be call-in and Skype. I know you have producers and it's going to be live,
Yeah.
right? It's live.
Yeah, it's pretty much live. I mean, I think there's like a bit of a
Are you
couple hours.
okay.
Are you on after Sex
Yeah,
Sent Me to the ER?
Sex Sent Me
We've
to
had
the
that
ER.
guy on our show several times and then had callers call up and tell stories about how sex sent you to the ER. That's fascinating.
It is.
Have
It's
you
like-
ever hurt yourself?
No, just like a knee scrape.
What were
Okay,
you
but
doing?
never an oops.
No, not like a penis was stuck into me for 5 hours and we had to walk like a crab to the ER. No, that
But a
has
girl
not,
can dream.
That has not happened to me. No.
But that happens. That
Oh,
has
I know.
happened.
There was like a recent story about some couple that were doing it in the ocean and
Yes.
something happened where a section stuck them together
and they had to like
Yes.
sideways walk to the.
Yeah,
As far as
remember when
sex
they did
goes.
it in the
Yeah.
ocean in Vietnam on The Bachelor? What? Yes. Do you remember? They were
What
in
happened?
Vietnam. I guess that's a hot vacation spot now. And they
Wow,
were in
times
the
have changed.
ocean. They're in the ocean, and you know the cameras are there, and clearly the girl like, you know, push your panties to the side. You know, it was one of those situations.
Yeah.
And anyway, of course, you don't get picked. He keeps her till close to the end, but then she doesn't get picked. And God, all those girls hated her for boning him in the ocean.
The girls were on the beach watching this happen.
They're like, oh my God, it's alone time, you know? And they're like, and then she's just like, we had a real connection. Yeah, the connection of his penis connecting into your vagina was the connection.
I mean, water sex is bad enough. The
Yeah.
last place I want to have water sex is Vietnam because I saw a story about a woman coming home from Vietnam. She was there on vacation, went
Yeah.
swimming, and had like nosebleed every now and then. And then one day was in the shower, looked in the mirror, and it had like this little black thing right here.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Turned
yes.
out to be a
bug?
3-inch leech. No, it was a leech that lived in her nose for like 3 months.
Yeah, she was like, my nose keeps running. It's like weird.
No wonder he didn't pick her.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no water sex. I wouldn't. I don't even like to get into a bar. I'm not like an ocean girl. I like it clean. I like it chlorinated. I like it clean.
I
like looking at the
I like
ocean.
snorkeling and on scuba diving and all that.
You don't worry about any of the bacteria, any of that stuff.
Bacteria.
No, I don't. I'm not like a germaphobe. Like,
She's not snorkeling off Santa Monica.
yeah.
Well, would you get in the water in Santa Monica?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Hypodermic needle, ride one in. Yeah, great.
I still
Maxi
do,
pad.
but, you know, take a shower after. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I don't know.
It's probably not great that I do, but I
right.
do.
Well, you look fine. You look healthy. Like everything's okay.
So on the show All About Sex, so you taped some episodes already?
No, we're taping.
Oh, you're taping
we're
already.
taping this weekend. Yeah.
Do you know the first sexual topic we're going to kick off with?
I think they're sending me a bunch, and they were all great. I mean, there's all things that there is a birth control pill that's coming close for men. They're coming very close to doing this, and should men be also responsible?
would you
And-
trust?
Well, first of all, I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
And because I have sons,
Well.
and so I'm like, oh my God. I think that I would just go, here's some vitamins. You know, my one son already takes a couple little special pills to get him through the school day. 3rd grade isn't easy. And I could just add that in, like once they turn like 14 or 15, they would not know they were on the pill, but they would be on the pill. And then that way, some little slut tries to say that he's the dad. I'm like, excuse me, he's had a prescription since, he was 14. How dare you?
Oh my God.
You just got to make him taste like Flintstones and shape him like that.
Yeah, just give everybody, give your daughter's birth
team.
control, get your son's birth control, and just tell them they're vitamins.
Don't tell them their birth control.
Because they're never going to come to you and be totally honest with you anyway.
Well, I don't. Here's
what do you mean, would you trust that? Because I think you trust men more with birth control.
How many times have you been having sex with a girl, the condom breaks, and you go, oh, well, shouldn't need to know.
Well, I don't need to know if I don't look. It just felt like it broke.
I'm saying that I don't
find
know
out
that
later when you find out.
Can you imagine a guy out at a bar going, "Oh, don't worry, baby, I'm on the pill. I don't want to wear a condom. I'm on the pill."
No, you're supposed to.
Well, yeah, I would still wear the condom, but at least it sort of protects the guy. Sometimes guys get vasectomies in their 20s because they're so terrified. And that sucks because 10 years later they may feel differently. So this would be perfect if they could treat it like women do. I mean, right now we do have all the power. We have the power to not take the pill, to get pregnant, to have the baby, to not have the baby. And the guys don't have that power. So we'd be giving the equal power to the men.
But see, even if I were a guy and I was out there and a girl was like, don't worry, I'm on the pill, I'm still wearing a condom.
I'm should, yes,
right,
of
I'm
course.
Not just going to trust some woman I just met.
I don't think anybody should trust anybody in their life.
I don't either. I don't either.
Exactly when it comes to sex. It's
right.
gross. You really think about it, it's kind of nasty.
It's so fun.
All About Sex is going to premiere on Saturday, 11 p.m. on TLC. And I was asking Heidi earlier about sexual dreams.
Oh, I love sexual dreams.
What if your husband woke you up and said, I just had a sexual dream about you and your dead grandma? Would you want to hear the whole story, or would you say, I don't want to hear it?
I've had weird dreams like that.
Yeah? And
I believe that it doesn't necessarily mean sexual. It just means that this person's excuse me, on your mind,
right.
And then it's just something weird. It's something weird that
two things came together, and you're like, why would I have dreamt that? That's so.
I remember I had something weird happen about my dad a couple years ago, and
in a dream.
Yes,
I've had those too. Mm-hmm.
Didn't you one time have a really weird dream about your daughter? Was it you guys? I remember listening to you guys about 10 years ago when you had the trio.
Let me see.
Or maybe it was the other
10
guy.
10 years ago, when she was 4.
I don't know.
No,
it was something really weird.
Yeah.
It was a really weird.
Chances are, yeah.
And then also when you have sex dreams about people at work, because I've read things on dream analysis, it doesn't necessarily mean you're sexually attracted to them. It's almost like you're working so much, or you're.
But it does make it weird when you see them because you're
It does make it weird. It would happen all the time at Chelsea lately. We'd be like, oh my God. It just different people all the time.
Is that because she was walking around naked all the time? Seems like that's what she does.
Among us.
Right.
All of a sudden somebody that I work with, another writer, would be like, I had a really sexual dream about you. And I was like, God, I'm so flattered.
I would be flattered too.
Totally.
I'm like, well, was I good? Was it hot? Well, I mean, if I was good in it, of course I'm
What was I
flattered.
wearing?
Right.
Was it a cute outfit?
Yeah.
Was it finger flattering? Tell me.
Did you say finger flattering?
Figure.
Oh.
Jeez.
I was going into the details of the dream.
I was finger flattering. That's my jam.
That's my jam.
Literally.
Thank you so much for coming in, Heather. And I look forward to the show, All About Sex, alongside Margaret Cho. And there's going to be an actual expert on there. What's her name? Marissa?
Dr. Tiffany is
Dr. Tiffany.
And Marissa Winokur is the other.
Is she a comedian?
co-host.
She's a comedian too, Marissa?
Yeah, well, she's not a stand-up, but she's a comedic actress,
So
and a Broadway star.
This is like the talk. We have the 4 women panel,
it's the
but
panel
it's talk
thing,
about
but
sex.
yeah, but it's going to be very humorous. It's it's going to.
The goal is not to educate.
No, edutainment. Call it edutainment.
The goal is to educate, but also it'll be very entertaining because Margaret and I are going to make it funny no matter what. I can't not be funny, you know, I can't. But of course, if something doesn't call to be funny and it's really intriguing and someone has a really interesting story or something, I definitely want to give my 2 cents.
Is it an hour long or half hour long?
It's a half hour.
Half hour?
Yeah.
And it's going to be calls are going to be
and we do topics
calls.
and truth or dare, and you're going to get to know us really well. And there's nothing that I haven't shared before that I'm willing to even share now. And
so nothing is your husband's listen.
Was I wrong when I said your husband was your first? Your husband was your first, right?
Kind of.
You're lying. When people cough like that means they're totally lying. She was just a crazy. She's in a coughing spell. She's a super lying about this.
Oh my God.
I read a cough back from Mammoth. Basically, yes. He was my only one.
So you're not counting a couple.
I've read your book.
One little one.
Every woman doesn't count one. Is it because of one little one?
It was just. It really was. It really was him. It was really it. It was really it. You know what?
Listen, I have one. Oh yeah,
You do the same thing because it was so little, or because
it was so little, and it lasted. This is start to finish. And it was a guy I was in college with. I knew he had a crush on me. I had gotten kissed by a girl. I got freaked out by it. And
How old are you now?
I liked it. 21.
Okay.
Got kissed by like a 2-hour makeout session with a girl. Loved it, but I was freaked out about it.
Yeah.
So I called him and I go, hey, why don't you come over? I'll make dinner. And I knew he had a crush on me. And so I was like, oh, I've got to check this out.
you want to get the lesbian off of it.
Yeah. And so we ended up making out, and it was like the size of my thumb. Okay. And it was like this. Oh.
Done.
And I was like,
well, that would turn you full blown
go.
gay after that.
You should go.
God. Just think if he had a large penis where you could be today. Like I can be married, 5 kids.
I know. Look at that. No,
not doing this job.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to do this.
I could be taken
to
care
support your
of
old
by my
lady.
big
You're just
penis
you're
husband.
just like an Orange County mom.
Oh my
who's
God,
like,
just
Yeah, because the
getting
guy-
hair
going up to
extensions.
Mammoth.
The guy
Yeah.
before was Joe, the guy who delivered pizzas, and he was hung like a yak.
4.5. Yeah, I was with a guy for 4.5 years, and he was, Sicilian Italian.
So if
Very
you'd
good.
called Joe instead of this guy, you'd be straight today.
I don't think I'd be straight today.
All right, you'd be Margaret Cho.
I'd be pansexual, parasexual, whatever the hell Margaret is.
Yes. It's polyamorous.
Polyamorous, that's what it is, yeah.
That just seems like a lot of work. For me, that's a lot of work. But I love to hear about it. Like,
But
I
aren't
don't
you
want to
jealous?
go to a swingers party, but I want to hear about it.
Yeah, and like you
I
love
want to
your
hear
husband.
what dish you have to bring.
Don't you get sick to your stomach? Don't eat it at swingers. I don't.
No,
I
it's usually a
wouldn't.
potluck. Usually they do like you to participate and bring like at least a side dish.
What's your dish? What is your go-to? And you're like, hey Heather, can you bring the thing?
I like that baked brie with the apricots.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
And I like those rosemary crackers from Trader Joe's.
They're the best.
Oh my God, they're so good.
And the gorgonzola crackers too. As well.
I don't know
Oh,
if
God,
I
I
want
love the
something that
gorgonzola
looks like
crackers.
baked brie at a swingers potluck. Like,
Well, I'm saying that's my go-to dish. If I got invited to a swingers party, I want to impress. It's very easy,
I'd bring
but it looks
ambrosia.
difficult.
Yeah.
I'd probably end up with the bowl of ambrosia as my date.
Ambrosia has not been made since 1978.
I know.
That is like the worst thing ever. Who puts marshmallows with like canned grapes?
I don't understand.
I
It was
just
the
had it. It
worst
was
combo.
Thanksgiving, and I had
Ew.
it, and it was green
At
ambrosia.
a grandma's house, I'm sure.
It wasn't at grandma's house, and it was green. And I don't know if it used to be pink and turned green. It's like how long she had it, but
My
I
mom used
love
to make it on
ambrosia.
Easter.
Yeah.
And then we stopped. Once I became like 9, she's like, okay, let's move on. Like, we're having a real green salad.
That could be
now.
a good all about sex topic.
Ambrosia?
No, things that you've had sex with that wasn't human, like a bowl of ambrosia.
Or park bench.
Park bench.
You were. I was a Jean Nate bottle.
You were what?
Jean Nate. Remember the afterbath splash? I dry humped it. I put jeans over it, and I would like dry hump because it looked like a wiener, and so I would just sort
That's
of lay.
great.
I would just kind of like lay on the floor with it.
So care to share? What's yours? Your inanimate sexual partner.
Because if you didn't lose your virginity till 27, you were experiencing alone time quite a bit.
Did you have
Not
fluffy
really. I just
stuffed animal?
I loved dry humping and
Yeah,
teasing guys and getting meals out of it. I like to get a nice meal, do a nice dry hump.
I love dry humping still.
You know, maybe up against the car at my place where I can see my door and I can easily escape. And with my doggy bag, because I always got enough so I have lunch the next day.
Get the dessert to go.
And, have a salad before and then a large pasta because you're not going to finish the whole pasta.
Right, and then you
the
get the-
pasta's great the next day. You don't want to get like a piece of fish.
No.
But a
no,
great
no.
like penne pasta.
Oh, even better the next day than it
Totally
was the night before.
better. Yeah. Like a pink sauce. Yeah. Ravioli chicken or something.
Now
yeah.
I'm hungry. Great.
I know, me
Heather
too.
McDonald, All About Sex, this Saturday, 11 p.m. on TLC. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you guys. I always have so much fun here.
We'll be right
too.
back. We're Heidi and Frank.